I never thought the most important day of my life would turn out like this. All I wanted was a fresh start in a new town, to go to the store, make some friends, maybe go to a party. I had no idea it would lead to becoming a cat. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start from the beginning. It was my first day in the new apartment. New town, new school, new everything. I'd never lived on my own before, having grown up in a small town with my parents. Part of me was excited for the independence and adventure, but another part of me felt anxious and alone in the empty apartment. I tried to shake off the unease, telling myself everything would be great once I got settled in. First things first, I needed to eat. Time to brave the grocery store. I soon regretted my decision to go to the mall instead of driving a bit further to a real supermarket. Parking was a nightmare and there were lines just to get inside. I nearly turned back when suddenly a black blur caught my eye, darting across the parking lot. A cat? I figured, not giving it much more thought as I managed to snag a parking spot from a departing shopper. Little did I know how significant that feline blur would become. Inside the crowded mall, I rushed toward the grocery section, already behind schedule on my first day to-do list. In my haste, I barreled right into another girl who looked about my age. We both stumbled back. "I'm so sorry," I gasped. "I wasn't Dash. Watching where you were going?" The girl finished. "Yeah, me neither." She had an edgy, alternative vibe with her ripped jeans and purple-streaked hair. "I'm Jenine, by the way. Jen for short," I said, eager to make a new friend. "Are you heading to the grocery store too?" The girl, who introduced herself as Harley, laughed. "The mall market? No way. I was trying to make it to the shoe store's 1-minute 50% off sale, but I'm probably too late now." "Oops, sorry about that," I grimaced. "Want some company to the shoe store anyway? I'm new in town and don't really know my way around yet." Harley sized me up for a moment, then shrugged. "Sure, why not? It's your lucky day, new girl." She linked her arm with mine. As we wandered through the bustling mall, a flash of inky fur caught my eye again. The black cat from the parking lot was now sitting in a store window, casually grooming itself. But when I looked directly at it, the cat paused and met my gaze with startling green eyes. I stared, transfixed, until Harley tugged my arm. "Earth to new girl. You okay there?"
Yeah.
"Did you see that black cat in the store window?" I asked, but when I turned back, the cat had vanished. Harley followed my gaze and frowned. "No cat there. Anyway, shoe stores this way. Come on." Puzzled and intrigued by the mysterious cat, I let Harley lead me through the mall. We made an unexpected detour at a wig store along the way. To my amazement, there was the green-eyed black cat again, this time posed on a wig stand like some furry toupee. I blinked and rubbed my eyes. Surely I was imagining things. "Why are we at a wig store?" I asked Harley as she browsed the hairpieces. "No reason," she said breezily, selecting a wig that matched her purple-streaked style. "I just like to change up my look now and then." I glanced back to the cat wig, but it had once again disappeared. Okay, this was getting weird. One strange cat sighting, sure. 2, quite a coincidence. But 3, I didn't believe in coincidences. "Did you see a cat on one of the wig stands when we walked in?" I asked Harley as we left the store. She shot me an odd look.
"Akati na wayugu?"
"No, you sure you're feeling all right?" I laughed weakly. "Yeah, sorry. I think the move is just making me see things. Low blood sugar probably." We finally made it to the shoe store, but the sale had ended. Harley took it in stride. "Their loss. Those shoes will languish on the shelf now." She glanced at her phone. "Hey, I've got to run, but here's my number. Text me if you want someone to show you around town sometime." "Thanks, I'd like that," I said, entering her info into my contacts. We went our separate ways and I hurried to get my shopping done, trying to shake off the lingering unease over my maybe hallucinations of the mysterious black cat. Back at my apartment, I felt both accomplished for completing my errands, but also more alone than ever in the quiet, empty space. On impulse, I opened the window, breathing in the late summer air and wondering if I'd made a huge mistake moving away from everything I knew. A soft thump made me whirl around. Crouched on the floor by the open window was a very familiar green-eyed black cat. My jaw dropped. The cat blinked at me, and I could have sworn it winked. "How did you?" I took a step toward it. Quick as a shadow, the cat leaped back out the window and disappeared, leaving me gaping in shock. A knock at the door made me nearly jump out of my skin. Still rattled, I opened it to find Harley, now sporting the purple wig from the mall. She grinned at my surprise. "Hey, new girl, I brought some friends to officially welcome you to the neighborhood." She stepped aside with a flourish, revealing a motley group of artsy-looking 20-somethings bearing pizza and suspicious-smelling smoke. "Oh, thanks," I said as they filed into my apartment, talking and laughing. "You really didn't have to." Harley breezed past me to dump her bag on the kitchen counter. "Of course we did. You're one of us now." She took in my bewildered expression and laughed.
Relax, yen.
"We're your neighbors from the floor below. This is just how we roll. Now let's get this party started." Someone turned up the music and another pressed a drink into my hand. I took a big gulp, wanting to shake off my lingering anxiety from the move and my cat-related hallucinations. I didn't want my new friends to think I was crazy on day one. The party picked up, the small apartment packed with my new boho neighbors. The free-flowing drinks helped me relax into the vibe. I was just starting to enjoy myself and feel like maybe things would be all right here after all. Then I saw the cat again. It was sitting atop a bookshelf, eyes glowing in the dim party lighting. I froze, drink halfway to my lips. The cat's ears flicked back and forth as if listening to the music, its tail swaying in time. No one else seemed to notice it. As I watched in tipsy astonishment, the cat leaped down and wove between gyrating legs on the makeshift dance floor. It paused to nonchalantly groom a paw, then sauntered into the kitchen and out of sight. I stumbled after it, earning a few odd looks as I peered into cabinets and behind furniture. But the cat had vanished. Again, I was just about to give up, convinced the drinks and stress were making me fully hallucinate now, when I spotted a telltale black tail disappearing into my bedroom. I followed, shutting the door behind me. There, sitting on my bed and casually licking a paw, was my mystery cat. Paused and looked up at me. Yep, definitely winked this time. "Okay, what's your deal?" I demanded. "Am I going crazy, or are you actually following me?" The cat regarded me a moment longer with those luminous green eyes, then gracefully leaped off the bed and transformed in a dark swirl into the mirror image of myself. I stared, mouth agape, at my own face with one crucial difference: jet black hair instead of my usual strawberry blonde. What? I stammered, brain shorting out. My doppelganger smiled, slow and mysterious. "Thank you, Jenny Moss," she said in my voice. "You have given me a great gift. Welcome to your new life." She laughed, low and delighted, as I struggled to process what I was seeing. Then, quick as a cat, she darted past me out the bedroom door. "Wait!" I tried to yell, but all that came out was a strangled meow. I looked down in rising horror to see sleek black fur, delicate paws. I was the cat. Panicking, I raced out of the bedroom, yowling and hissing to get the partygoers' attention. But the moment they saw me, they screamed and fled the apartment in terror, Harley last of all. She paused in the doorway, giving me a pitying look. "I'm so sorry it had to be you," she said. "But it wasn't my choice. Maybe I'll see you around sometime, kitty." Then she was gone. I stood alone in my apartment that wasn't mine anymore, watching the door swing shut on my old life. From behind me, I heard my own voice. "Don't worry, I'll take good care of your life," my black-haired double said. "This is mine now, no hard feelings." Numb with shock and confusion, I barely noticed as she picked me up, carried me to the door, and tossed me into the hallway. The door slammed in my furry face with a terrible finality. As I huddled there, mind reeling, I replayed the day's bizarre events. The girl I thought was my first friend here, a shape-shifting cat, a magical body swap, and now I was stuck as a feline while someone else walked around in my skin. It was too much. I had so many questions and no idea where to start finding answers. All I knew was that this was hands down, paws down, the strangest first day in a new town a girl-turned-cat could possibly have. Curling my tail around myself, I crept down the hall. I needed to find Harley. If her pity and apology were anything to go by, she knew something about what was happening to me. I paused at the top of the stairs, steeling my resolve. I refused to give up. Magical curse or not, this cat was getting her life back. With a determined flick of my tail, I descended into the unknown.